In this video, I will speak about writing negative experiences into your memoir. Of course, your memoir will have a lot to say about your family and your relatives and your community. How do you write about them when your feelings are not necessarily positive or happy? Do you omit any mention and make nice, or do you rip into them? Writing about negative experiences can be mired in the quicksand of destructive emotions. At the end of this video, I will provide you with a checklist to help you to deal with negative experiences creatively as you write your memoir. Before we go on to today's video, however, let me welcome you to the Memoir Network's Better Memoir Writing Masterclasses. I am Denis Ledoux, writer, teacher, and founder of the Memoir Network. I'm so pleased you have joined me today. This masterclass is brought to you by the Memoir Network's premier long-distance e-course, The Memorable Story. Transform your struggling manuscript into an interesting and meaningful memoir via this in-depth university-level course, available in print and in audio. To learn more, see the link in the description below. Now let's get back to our video topic. When writing my childhood memoir, French Boy, I had some sorrow surrounding my father and my mother. In short, I was writing negative emotions into a memoir, my feelings, my memoir. Now, don't get me wrong. Both of my parents were loving, caring people. I'm not writing here about abusive people. No, I'm writing about human beings just like we all are. Human beings who had some failings and moments when they had difficulties that affected my life and that of my siblings. In my case, these failings I attributed to my parents were not necessarily perceived as failings by my siblings. But what I experience is what I experience. For one thing, I have to acknowledge that I was a unique person who did not have to have my siblings' responses, nor they mine. Our truths can be different. That's all right. This difference, if not acknowledged, is another exposure to quicksand. How to resist and survive when you are told, "Why are you being negative?" or, "Well, that's not the way I remember it at all." Feeling overwhelmed, writing negative emotions into a memoir, well, there are times when I, too, was writing episodes when the sadness and the longing were just overwhelming, and I had to put the writing aside before being completely engulfed by this memory quicksand. And sadness. Well, this was not true for all of the writing, of course. Faced with too much sorrow, I would just move on to other scenes, other vignettes in my story. Then I would come back eventually and pick my way through the challenges once again. In this fashion, I got through the first draft of French Boy. For me, the first draft is always where the feelings are the most raw. Then I began to rewrite, and in the rewriting, there came a gradual sense of objectivity and a sense that my mother and my father were now characters in a story that I was writing. I, too, had become a character in that story. I was able to write more objectively. I began to see my mother's and my father's life more compassionately. As I wrote of the hard times my father went through, especially his response to one difficulty, which I will not get into, I realized how he was holding on to his responsibilities and family obligations. The child in me was still demanding, but the adult could see how my father's response was perhaps the response of a traumatized man, but in the end, a responsible man who was trying not to lose it. It was the second draft that I was able to create a more objective understanding of my parents and my relationship to them, and to let go of any residual sorrow, anger, longing. This is the stage when, as the writing maxim has it, it was necessary to kill my little darlings. Well, the little darlings are usually more about therapy for the author, for the writer, you, me, than understanding for the reader. The episodes I had first written made their way into French Boy in an altered form. Here's a useful checklist which I'm about to give you for writing negative experiences into a memoir. You may and ought to learn the following as you write about challenging memories. Your inner child will be triggered. He or she is an unreasonable thing, an unreasonable kid. Coddle it, of course, but don't let it run the show. Remember, there's an adult in charge here. There's an adult who is writing your memoir. The adult you are now can respond to the situation rather than react to it. It's all right to let the writing go for a while as you need to gather your wits, deal with the pain, order the memories so that they make some sort of sense. Writing a memoir is not an occasion to re-traumatize yourself, to hurt yourself. Confront the pain, yes, but re-traumatize yourself? No, I hope you won't do that. You may not have grown up in Kosovo during the Civil War, or you may not be living in Ukraine in 2022 or 2023. You may not have been sold into child slavery, but your pain and your grief are legitimate. You do not have to defend them or to make them bigger to qualify as real pain and grief. No one has the right to tell you that your pain and grief are not real or big enough. Writing heals because it serves as a witness to your experience, a sort of objective second person to reflect on your life. Your writing says to you, this really happened. You are not crazy or foolish or a drama queen. This non-judgmental witnessing role of your memoir is one that a counselor plays. I've had clients tell me, this is like therapy. It costs a whole lot less, and in the end, you have a book. Know that the second draft will likely be easier, and if not, the third certainly will. I believe what happens in each round, in each draft, is that the writing becomes less viscerally you and more the prose of your book. Your book becomes an object rather than a feeling. Remember, the objective witness in the previous checkpoint, all the books that I have written have eventually become objects for me. They no longer command any visceral response. That, too, is part of the healing, if there needs to be healing in your life. Keep writing, because the truth lies deep in your writing process. Your first writing is full of emotion, but not necessarily full of insight or catharsis. Insight and catharsis often come only later, only when you eventually do a second and third draft, so hang in there. Often they come not in the writing session itself even, but as you are going through your day. That's why breaks are useful to the writing process. Dig really deep into your memory, into interviews, into documents like journals, newspaper clippings, diaries, and letters, to excavate as many of the details as you can. Do not let yourself off the hook too easily. To paraphrase William Carlos Williams, no healing but in the details. Do your best to see the other person's life as he or she might have seen it. This doesn't take away any of your pain or excuse behavior, but it does go a long way in avoiding demonizing the other person. This exercise may also give you perspective on the other person's motivation. If you would like to explore receiving help with your memoir on any aspect of memoir writing or publishing, know that we offer a 30-minute complimentary get-to-know-you coaching consultation. The link to a free consultation is in the description below. Before you go, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom left of this video and click on the bell next to it. Subscribing assures this memoir writing content will appear on your YouTube homepage and on your recommendations bar. Check the description below for a link to this week's free video e-course. And remember, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. Good luck writing your stories. The videos that we post on the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel are just one of the many ways we can help people write better memoir. I'd like to take just a few moments to share more of what the Memoir Network can offer you by way of partnering with you to write and publish your memoir. Our free membership program, My Memoir Education, offers you access to e-courses, e-books, videos, and more. We have had thousands of people benefit from the free My Memoir Education to write their memoirs, and we hope you will become a member too. Our blog contains over 500 in-depth posts on different aspects of memoir writing, and it too is free. Come on over and pick and choose what you need. While free content can be very helpful, there comes a time when you need more focus and more mentoring than you can get from free. We offer coaching, editing, whether copy editing, content editing, or developmental editing, ghostwriting, and book production. Our website features many of our clients' book covers and testimonials. Come and check us out. We also have a number of programs you can purchase. The Memorable Story is a 10-module home study program on every aspect of memoir writing. It provides university-level mentoring. The Inspired Memoir Writer is a group coaching program. You meet with fellow writers over a period of 10 sessions. We also offer Jumpstart Memoir Professional Packages, which are designed for people who would like to help others write their memoir. If you're interested in knowing more, please feel free to call us or email us at info@thememoirnetwork.com. Thanks, and keep writing.